leader of the armed terrorists, has published a statement to the world. It turns out the leader is Casper Cohen, the guy who lost his job as chief military officer of Werna after the space weapon scandal. Cohen has executed the 9 kidnapped Greymen, claiming they've manipulated UN and international policy after the Ulysses disaster, so the elite could profit off of other people's misery. He also announced the establishment of an independent Federation of Usia, a nation of Ulysses refugees that runs from the Eastern EU all the way to the Asian Federation. Here's what he said in his statement.
20 years after the Ulysses disaster, our refugees have faced untold pain and suffering. Even now, the fragments of Ulysses still lurk near our planet in the form of near-Earth objects. There is every chance they could rain down upon us again in the future, thus repeating the tragedy of Ulysses. All of mankind must come together now to deal with this crisis. And yet, for the past 20 years, the United Nations has been weakened by the great and powerful nations of the world. To deal with this sad state of affairs, we, the so-called lost generation of young refugees, must create a new order to replace the ailing UN. We must form a new, powerful, united front to save our planet from oblivion.
That's the end of it. It's all a bunch of propaganda, of course. But they're using Werna's military facilities in Ayuli to build up their forces and create defense perimeters in all the continent's major cities. They're working far too fast for this to be the work of terrorists alone. They're likely working in tandem with at least a few nations. The UN shuffled their feet for too long, and now they're paying for it.
Usia, another page of history unfolds. Let's take a look at some more history. Once, there was a massive nation known as the Mongol Empire. Oops, time to deploy again, I suppose. Another time, perhaps.
You all here? Good. In order to block the invasion of the so-called Usian army, the UN has decided to stage a large-scale campaign across multiple Eurasian defense perimeters. They'll be conducting simultaneous ops in 2 areas, the Persian Gulf and the Far East. They invited Arrows to be a part of this effort. You'll be departing for Tokyo shortly. The scale of this campaign is massive, encompassing multiple land, sea, and air operations on both sides. It'll be a punishing battle, but if you want to get your name out there, there's no better opportunity to do it. Make sure your aircraft is as battle-ready as you can make it. I want to see us dominating this fight. Dismissed.
Operations to liberate Tokyo. All squadrons, aim for the best battle results within the time limit.
Ridgeback 1, engaging.
Ridgeback 2, engaging.
Bone Arrow 1, engaging. Bone Arrow 2, engaging. Bone Arrow 4, engaging. Enemy forces are concentrated nearby the Johto Crater Oceanside, in the Shinjuku Subcenter District. All flights support our allied forces that are engaged in combat across each area. We have a limited time window here. Use your best judgment to destroy as much hostile firepower as you can.
This is JASDF 309. Thanks for giving us a hand again, pilots.
Sure thing. Let's do this, Bone Arrows. All airborne squadrons, spread out and engage the enemy at will.
Listen, guys, I want to get back at those single-line bozos for taking all the credit last time. Recapturing Tokyo would be nice, but it's us versus them. Whoever gets more kills wins. Every bandit you take down helps us show those single lines who they're dealing with. This is Burt's.
Oceanside
the coast area.
75%.
Requesting support from airplanes. Clear them out for us. Incoming naval fire from the enemy fleet. We got a sky full of hostile aircraft above us, too. Where's our air support? Right up there, Collins. You see them?
Oceanside hostile, 50%.
I'd rather not get on it. Thanks. You kidding me? The Reaper's in the air. You know the area is safe. Don't forget, no matter what, they'll always be up there for us. Roger. Hostiles ahead! Fire! They're using the old gun embankments to shore up their line.
Fire!
This isn't right. The pirates are leading us on kill count. Ridgebacks, let's pick up the pace.
I'm seeing hostile ground forces deployed over there too. Taking them out.
Not if I can help it, you.
Slash the edge. Go straight out of formation.
Edge, I copy.
Hey, what's wrong, single line? Too scared to let your babies out from under your skirt?
Shut up, man. I have a duty to protect my squad mates. As opposed to some squad leaders who don't matter.
Yeah, you tell them. Single line. Ah, they can take care of themselves. Folks like you and I were just here to give them a little shove now and then when they need it. How am I supposed to ever retire if these guys can't fend for themselves, huh? Retire, you? Come on, you know you'll be back up here once you gamble away all your savings again.
Ah, shut up.
Sounds like your girl over there can't wait to get into a scrap, though.
I'm surrounded. Fire! Hostile fire!